What's up? What's up? What's up? Can you guys hear me? I feel like I don't know if I can be heard. I'm about to check right now and see. When you get in here, say what's up. Let me know if you can hear me. I feel like I got some technical difficulties. Can you hear me? I know you can see me, but can you hear me? Saying I'm live right here. But can you? Yeah! All right, saying I'm good. Live right hold here. On. Let me turn this down. What's up? I'm so excited because I'm going live. Yes, and I want to share this. What's up? I feel like I ain't gonna keep y'all long. Real talk. I know I always say that, but I'm for real this time. I'm not just saying it. I actually mean it. Hey, Amber. Oh, it's Courage Molina. That's me. I'm Courage Molina, and I really need someone else to do this type of thing for me. So that I'm not doing it. Join me now. It's gonna be quick. Paste. Okay, okay, okay. Listen, this is the question. Where is Olivia? Hey, Laverta. What's up? What's up? Do me a favor and share this broadcast. Share, share, share. It's gonna be good, good. It's about to be good, good. Um, good, good. I guess I could have gone live someplace else too, gone live in the group, but it's all good. Um, Let me just message Olivia real quick. What's up? It's TGIW. Okay, here go Olivia. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Um, I'm gonna get right into it. I am I'm going through this season where I feel like I'm always scared about something. Like I just got a lot of stuff going on, and you know how it is when you are believing God for something, you want something, you are hoping for something, you are praying for something, and you just don't know if it's going to work out. You just don't know if it's going to happen. You have this prayer up in the air. You have this thing that you're believing God for. You want to see him do it. You want to see him move, but you just don't know if he's going to do it. And we know as people of faith that we are not supposed to fear, right? We kind of have this thing like fear not, because the Lord says that we're not supposed to be afraid. And that's great, but sometimes we are still afraid. You know what I'm saying? Like that might be true, but sometimes we're still afraid, even though we've been told not to be afraid. Sometimes we're still afraid. And so I want to talk to you a little bit from Isaiah 41:10. It's gonna be short. So do not fear. It's Isaiah 41 verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And that is the NIV. Um, and so God is saying through Isaiah to Israel that they don't have to be afraid because he is going to be with them, right? So do not fear, I am with you. He's saying don't be afraid, not because they're not going through anything, not because things are difficult, not because they are feeling the type of way or they are, this is something that they shouldn't be worried about. He's saying don't fear because I am with you. And that word dismayed, be not dismayed. Dismayed means like to lose courage. He's telling them, don't lose courage, don't get stressed out because I am your God, which is a big deal, but I'll get back to that. He's saying, don't stress out because I am your God. He's saying that he is going to give them strength and he is going to help them and he is going to uphold them and give them blessings and grace. That's what the right hand represents. He's going to uphold them, keep them in mercy and blessing. We can see right here that God is encouraging them. God is encouraging Israel. And just in case you don't know this background, this is the time where Israel is actually in captivity. So they're not living their best life right now. I know sometimes we think like, oh, God is telling us not to fear because there's nothing really going on that we should be afraid of. No, they're living in captivity at the time that the Lord is giving them this word of encouragement through the prophet Isaiah. But God is encouraging them still, right? They are actually in a scary situation, But God is telling them that they don't need to fear the scary situation, how it's going to turn out, because He's there with them. He's saying that they don't need to stress, they don't need to be afraid, they don't need to lose courage because God is their God. Let's sit there for a second. God is their God. He's saying, don't be afraid, don't lose courage because I'm your God. That's kind of a big deal if you know who God is. At that time, they were living in captivity. The culture that they were immersed in, they did not they weren't followers of God. They did not have the God of Israel. They had false gods, they had fake gods, they had all kinds of things, right? But they did not have the God of Israel. And so he's telling them, don't be afraid, not just because you have a God, but because I am the one, because I am God, the one who created the world, the one who brought your people out of Egypt. I'm the one true God, the creator of all things. Things were created in and through me and by me. Outside of me, nothing was created. I'm God. I'm the God that brought your ancestors through the wilderness. I'm the God that kept them. I'm the God that brought them out of Egypt. I'm the God that parted the Red Sea. I made a way out of no way. I'm the God that made water in the desert. That's what he's saying. He's not just saying, oh, don't worry because you have a God. He's saying, don't worry because God is your God, because I'm your God. He gives them strength. He is going to help them, and he is going to keep them. So this idea, it says, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. The right hand is a hand of blessing. Somebody's going to pray a blessing over you in biblical times. They were going to put their right hand on you and bless you that way. And so he's saying he's upholding them in his righteous right hand, which means there's going to be blessings, there's going to be mercy. So he's saying he's going to keep them and show them mercy and bless them. What can we see and learn about God here? We can see that God is encouraging, that God will. It's so important to understand the character of God, because then it's okay that you need encouragement. It's okay when you get upset. It's okay when you have doubt. It's okay when you get discouraged, because you have a God who will encourage you. When you understand the character of God, when you understand the attributes of God, that allows you to have a real relationship with him. I can be honest about my fear. I can be honest about my doubt because I have a God who is encouraging. God is with us in our time of need. He is not a God who leaves you, who goes off, who doesn't know, like, oh, was she doing that? I hope she good because I got other stuff to do. No, this God that we serve is a God who is with us in our time of need. Our strength. He is our strength. Our help comes from him. So I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm strong enough when I am facing these seasons of uncertainty, when I'm facing these seasons where I am worried, I'm concerned, I don't know how things are going to work out. Maybe you got something going on in your finances. Maybe you have something going on in your marriage. Maybe you have something going on in your life and your health and your healing. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have the strength. You can trust and believe that God is with you, that God is going to be your strength, and that God is going to help you. That only matters if you understand that God is able. It doesn't matter that God is with you if you don't know that he's able. Some of my best friends are like little. Like I have little best friends. They're like 8 and 5, 3, like 13. And so, they're my friends. But when they go somewhere with me, like there's gonna be a bill that comes at the end of the meal, they're not able to assist me. I know who they are. We have close relationship, but their ability to assist me is limited. Here's the thing. So it doesn't matter that they're with me. I can't be like, oh, they with me. I can eat out anywhere. No, that don't matter because they can't help. They so super cute. They can't help though. You understand? When you understand that the God who is with you is a God that is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all you can ask or think, that carries a different level of weight. I don't have to be afraid, not just because a God is with me, but the God is with me and my God is able. God is also sovereign. I'm going to go back. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. God is sovereign. That means that this thing that I'm dealing with right now, God is still in control. I think sometimes we miss that. I think sometimes that we miss that God is still in control, even in a difficult situation, that God is still in control. And so I have these questions for you. I'm going to type them. I should type them in the banner. I probably should have typed this ahead of time, but I wasn't going to give them to you, honestly. But now I feel like, well, why not? Why not give them to you? So the question is, and oh wait, let me see. Is it gonna let me do it? I know I'm live here. I just said create a banner. Okay, so it's not gonna let me create a banner. Let me go back to comments. How about that? Let me drop it in the comments. No, now I can't do nothing. Now I can't do nothing. I think I am frozen. Okay, here we go. We're back. Y'all like that song? So the first question I want you to ask yourself is, in what situations or areas of your life do you need to remember not to fear because God is with you? You don't have to answer these here. These are just good questions, right? And what situations or areas of your life do you need to remember? There some situations you don't worry about at all, right? If you've always been in good health, you're probably not worried about God in your health. If you've always had money, you're probably not worried about God in your money. If your marriage has always been great, you're probably not worried about, what's going on in your marriage. But there is an area, there is a situation that sometimes when you think about it, it brings some fear and some anxiety. Maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your relationship, maybe it's your purpose, maybe it is your finances, right? Maybe it's your health. In what situations or in what areas of your life do you need to remember not to fear? Don't be afraid of the outcome. Don't be afraid of the journey. Don't be afraid of the process because God is with you. And the reason you want to take some time to answer these questions for yourself is because sometimes we're so used to being afraid of something. Sometimes we're so used to like the anxiety of it all that we don't even realize. We don't even realize that it's a thing that we're always worried about. We don't even realize that it's a thing that always causes us anxiety. All right. The next thing I want you to ask yourself is, where do you need God to strengthen you? Where do you need God to strengthen you? And what, because there's an area that you need some strength. There's an area where you're struggling to keep your head above water. There's an area where you are experiencing some pain, some discomfort, some doubt, some uncertainty, and you need for God to strengthen you. Another question, I think this is the last one. Where do you need God's help? If it's in building the business, maybe it's in your renovations, maybe it's in making sure that your wife stays on budget. So, dear Lord in heaven. And I know it sounds like funny, you know what I'm saying? But for real, like God will come into any area of our life that we invite him into. Yesterday was kind of a rough day for me. Just it wasn't like complete and total chaos, but it was a rough day for me. And sometimes when I get super frustrated and I kind of like to be in control of things. I don't know if you guys know that about me. I like to be in control. But sometimes when I get super frustrated and super upset, I can kind of go back to the old me with my attitude and with my words. So like excessive cussing, just bad attitude, just nasty attitude, the N word. Don't judge me, judge yourself. Okay. And so I don't have a lot of times where I get that frustrated where it's gonna be like that. I don't live a life for the most part where I'm upset and I feel driven to that point. I don't really have that a lot. But when it happens, and because it happened yesterday, my prayer last night and this morning, right, is for God to help me with this. It doesn't happen every day. I'm not cussing people out every day. I ain't that mad every day. I ain't annoyed at like that's not a thing. It's not every single day. But sometimes something will happen or too many things will happen and I'll be like, "Dang, I thought I was over that." But I guess I'm not because I did it again. Or dang, I thought I was cool with it. But then boom, I did it again. So where do you need God's help? Maybe it's not something that's happening every day, but maybe it's something that happens seasonally. Maybe it's something that happens when you get lonely or depressed or agitated or frustrated or afraid. Um, I want you to declare some things though. I want you to declare that you do not need to fear because God is with you. When you start to feel those feelings of fear, I want you to declare in those moments, I do not need to fear what's going to happen at this doctor's office. I do not need to fear what's going to happen in my finances. I don't need to fear what's going to happen when I hit send on this pitch. I don't need to fear when, what's going to happen. What's up, Amisha? I don't need to fear what's going to happen, when I hit publish on this book, right? I want you to actually actively say that in those moments, because here's the thing. It's not enough for us to get a good word. God wants us to do something with that word. He wants you to become, not just do something, right? Not just like do this activity. He wants you to do those activities because it's going to help you to become someone, right? I'm a woman who relies on God. I say that by faith, even if you're not relying on God in every situation. I'm a woman who relies on God for my strength and help. I have no reason to be afraid. I want to remind you again before I hop off, do not fear. This broadcast today was sponsored by Isaiah 41:10, brought to you by another sponsor, The Bold Method, because here at the Courage Molina YouTube channel, first of all, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Here at the Courage YouTube channel, no matter what we're talking about, it's all things faith. I'm here to help you get your faith up, even if it's just one verse at a time. And I think that if you want to get bold in your life, then you need to get bold with your faith, which is why we use that method when we study the word. And so I just want to give you a quick little summary. I got it right here, real quick, right? Do not fear. Do not fear. This came from the scripture Isaiah 41:10. Why shouldn't you fear? Because God says, I am with you. Because God is with you, you have no reason to fear. It's not about your circumstance. It's not about your situation. It's not about how you think things are going to turn out. You do not have to fear. Why? Because God will give you strength. So, this idea that you may not make it, that you don't have enough, that you're not enough, that you're going to run out of speed, that you're going to run out of anointing, that you're going to run out of opportunities, you don't have to worry about running out of the strength to deal with something, because God is your strength. So, don't fear that you're not going to be able to handle the pressure of whatever it is you're dealing with, because God is going to be your strength. You don't have to fear because God will help you. You don't have to fear. You don't know who's going to help you. I don't know how I'm going to pay these bills. I don't know how I'm going to get my health together. I don't know what I'm going to do about this marriage. I don't know what I'm going to do about this business. Whatever it is you are worried about, you don't have to fear. You don't have to worry about the fact that you don't know anybody who can help you, because God is going to help you. God will help you. You don't have to fear because God is going to keep you. You don't have to fear because you are covered by God's grace and mercy. You don't have to fear because He is God and He is sovereign. His power has no limits and His love for you has no bounds. Let me tell you what it doesn't mean before I get out of here. It doesn't mean that there won't be trouble. I don't want you to misunderstand and misinterpret this scripture. He's not saying don't fear because ain't nothing wrong. Don't fear because there are no negative possibilities. Don't fear because it's never happened that a person would lose their house, lose their husband, lose, like, no, he's not saying that. This doesn't mean that there won't be trouble. I got trouble in my life right now. You feel me? I have trouble. Doesn't mean the Lord said in this life we will have trouble. It doesn't mean that there won't be trouble. It doesn't mean there won't be grief. We lost 2 family members in the last like 2 weeks. We grieving. It doesn't mean that there won't be. He's not saying don't fear because nobody's ever gonna die. Don't fear because nobody's ever gonna get. He's not saying that. It doesn't mean that there won't be trouble. It doesn't mean that there won't be grief. It doesn't mean that there won't be illness. It doesn't mean that there won't be a struggle, that you won't have to struggle to pay your bills, that you won't have to struggle in your marriage, that you don't have to struggle with your kids or struggle in that's not, it doesn't mean, somebody told you it means that they not reading this word. The word say in this life you will have trouble. And when he's telling them not to fear, we can't take this out of context. He is telling people who are in captivity. They are slaves to another nation. He's telling them, don't fear because I'm with you. Don't fear because I'm your God. Don't fear, I'm your strength. Don't fear because I'm going to help you. Not don't fear because there ain't nothing going on right now. It means, what does it mean? Thank you, Amisha. I appreciate, listen, y'all keep praying for me. I don't know if y'all stop. Don't stop. I don't put every prayer request every time, but I'm smiling right now because it's so insane. how like what my life is right now. But keep praying for me. I believe in prayer. I believe that y'all are praying for me. I think that's literally the only way I've been able to continue showing up. Like for, and I'm not even joking, for real. Y'all keep praying for me. This is what it means. It means that whatever it is you are going through, whatever situation you are feeling, whatever emotion, like it won't last. It means it's not always gonna feel this way. It's not always gonna be this way. It will not, I don't care how long, listen, and I don't care how long it's been this way. It will not always be like this. That I can promise you. It will not last. You are not alone. Sometimes that fear is magnified because we feel like we are alone. You are not alone. God is saying He is with you. It will get better. It's going to get better. And if it's not better yet, let me tell you this. Listen, if it's not better yet, I'm gonna tell you, then He not done. That's it. If it's not better yet, then He's not done. I'm gonna leave you with what I always leave you with. I say this every time. I'm gonna say it every time. Here's the thing, right? It is difficult because this not fearing requires for you to trust God. It's difficult for you to trust a God that you don't know. Sometimes we know of Him, sometimes we've heard of Him, sometimes we know Him in one area, but we really don't know Him as God in another area. It is almost impossible to fully trust and surrender over your greatest hopes, dreams, and fears to somebody you don't know that well, no matter how badly you want to know Him, right? No matter how badly you want to know Him. And so I'm going to say to you that if you don't find any solace in knowing that God is with you, I dare say it's because you don't know Him. Because if you knew Him, if you understood the attributes of God, if you knew who He was, if you understood that He is actually present with you, this would bring joy to your heart right now, no matter what situation you're in. It would bring some comfort to you, some peace to your mind. It's almost impossible to trust a God that you don't know. It's and I don't know how you know God if you're not in His Word. So I want to invite you to join me for Bible study, ladies. Wait, I put that link. I don't know if the links work in here. Maybe links don't work, but you can go to that link I just dropped right there. Is it going to let me do a banner? I want to invite you to come to Bible study. No, it's not going to let me do it. This will not. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm about to get out of here. Bible study is this Saturday. I'm telling you right now, this ain't your grandma's Bible study. You ain't never seen nothing like it. Go to bit.ly/DOC Bible study. Go there right now. Sign up right now. Okay. Don't wait. Sign up right now and come Saturday. We're studying a brand new study on the book of Ruth. Um, it's so good. First of all, it's so good. I say that about every Bible study, but it legit is so good. The Bible study guide is free. If it's your first time, when you sign up, you'll get a code, so you get the Bible study guide free. If it's not your first time, then guess what? Bible study guide, 97 pages is only $20. Like, please get your whole life. All right. Get your whole life. Get Bible study guide for Ruth at www.couragemolina.org/shop. Boom. That's where you can go. All right, now listen, we have a very special treat. So I hope y'all love this. If you loved it, like it, share it, subscribe, all the things, comment. Let me know what was your biggest takeaway. You can drop that in the chat right now. What was your biggest takeaway? What is a quote, fire quote that you heard? Like, drop it in the chat for me. But listen, we have a special treat for you guys tonight over on the A&O channel. Amber, can you drop the link in the comments? Thanks. Over on the A&O channel, that's where we're going next. We will be live at 8:30. It's gonna be myself, Olivia, and Amber. Oh, listen, we're gonna talk some business over there, but we're gonna talk. Listen, just come over there. It's gonna be good. We had some trolling that happened this week. That we're gonna address, like for an influencer, for a brand ambassador, for you as a person who follows other people, and it was definitely race related. And so we want you guys to come and be a part of the conversation. Those are not my favorite conversations to have, but it's 2021, and sometimes these conversations need to be had. It's a teachable moment. And so I hope that you will join us over in A&O, because here's the thing. This is not just talking about race for the sake of race. And we're not even just talking about race. We're talking about how to deal as an influencer. You are getting ready to build a platform where you're going to have hundreds of thousands of people that are consuming your content. And for some reason, even when people don't like your content, they continue to consume, and then they want to drop comments and they want to drop stuff. They want to be saying crazy stuff in your comments and sliding into your DMs. You kind of want to hear our take on this particular situation and some tips that we're going to recommend for you, as far as like dealing with things like that. Okay. And we don't all have the same perspective. So hope you will join us over there in 2 minutes. All right, it's on the A&O show. I don't know where Amber is and why she's not dropping the link right here. But let me just write this for you. It's and I don't know it by heart. And O show. That's what it is. It's the A&O show. Just so you know, I don't know the link for the channel, but you can just type it in to YouTube and you will find it, because I don't know it. Okay. All right, y'all. I love y'all. And until next time, love you. Later.